Hi, my name is Chidima Kalu and I'm based in San Jose, California. I'm a researcher and founder in the AR VR world. I'm a recent graduate of human-computer interaction in augmented and virtual reality, and I use virtual reality and AR for various circumstances. One of them is e-commerce and business, as well as psychology and safety science. In my most recent project, I work on using virtual reality to help people escape emergency situations such as earthquakes, tornadoes, and active shooter scenarios in schools. In this specific project, I use the VR headset as well as on a mobile platform form of virtual reality to allow participants to immerse themselves in a virtual environment due to the school that possesses both audio and visual cues where they can use those cues to navigate the environment and successfully escape an active shooter environment. With that being said, participants are placed in two separate simulations where they will see audio cues and they also see visual cues in another. And these two simulations are extracted, including the logs of their behavioral attributes in virtual reality, and they're compared to see how participants perform and gauge what the best response to audio or visual cue is. This is made possible because participants are able to be immersed in a virtual environment, which relieves their physical environment and the constraints around doing an active shooter training in an enclosed space or in a remote location, especially during the COVID-19 today. We're able to gather data from people all around the United States in our target audience and gauge them on how they behave and help save lives. Secondly, I use augmented reality in shopping experiences to help participants to improve their experience with decision making and their store experiences so they can try on virtual garments in real time while making decisions and having those clothes being delivered to their homes when they have chosen these clothes. This also helps to reduce the time it takes to fulfill a customer order, as well as reduce waste and returns. This is all possible to new emerging technology in augmented reality and also in virtual reality, which gives the designing tool to the hands of the customers. I'm looking forward to share more details on my experience in virtual reality in the next video when requested. Technology. I study human-computer interaction with an emphasis on virtual reality and augmented reality, and I'm working on creating one of the largest platforms for sustainable fashion clothing. Prior to this, my experience started when I was trying to combine my interest in psychology with my job as an IT person. I was trying to figure out how to combine these interests because I was not formally trained to be an IT professional. I just loved helping people with their computers and phones. Growing up in a third world country, I didn't really have access to a lot of computers, but the little that I had around me, I was really curious to be able to fix them. I was heavily involved in the communications department in terms of like selling mobile phone plans at the age of 11, helping customers fix their phones, helping people figure out how to change their batteries, what devices and plans to buy at such a young age. And slowly this sort of guided my curiosity until where I am today. One of the interesting experiences happened when I was trying to Google how to connect technology and psychology together. And I was really curious, how do I put these two together? Because I felt like I had that knack to solve problems, but I wasn't quite technical enough. So I found this Quora posting about this researcher talking about her experience as a UX designer, UX researcher, and she had mentioned that she studied human-computer interaction at San Jose State, and she was a UX researcher at Facebook. After looking into this, I was able to get a chat with her to learn about this field because at the time it wasn't quite known. And whenever I talked to people about it, nobody seemed to understand what I was talking about. And they just kind of asked me to pick a lane, like either go and study like law or psychology, or maybe completely become a computer scientist. After discovering that, it opened a new world of like opportunities and intersectional areas between fashion, technology, communication. I've been able to work across businesses, managing cell phone plans, to designing e-commerce platforms, to creating programs to help people with attentional issues in virtual reality. The possibilities have become endless. And my most recent project has been around using virtual reality to help people escape from situations such as emergencies, earthquakes, and school shooter situations using VR simulations. That's my story. See ya. Hi, my name is Chidin Makalu, and I am intersection.
Are you recording now?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know.
Yellow lion, 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 yellow lion. You bought something?
Yes.
Oh no.
I got a song.
Babe.
How did you see even? Just showing the iPad?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Chidin Makalu. I'm from San Jose, California, and my story intersects between fashion, design, and technology. I currently finished a master's degree in human-computer interaction with an emphasis in augmented and virtual reality. Hi, my name is Chidin Makalu, and I intersect between fashion, design, and technology. I recently finished a master's degree program in human-computer interaction, focusing on virtual and augmented reality. The story of how I got here is a very interesting one that cannot be really pointed to one specific incident. But one interesting memory that I had was while I was working as a model for various designers and also trying to shop for bespoke clothing. While searching for websites and things for clothes to wear, I discovered that the designers had no way to serve customers who were remote, especially when they needed bespoke clothing. And this led me to start to design that interaction, creating ways that customers could perform services and digital customization online. Prior to that, I had encountered virtual reality by setting it up at Facebook in 2014 after it was recently bought by Lucky Palmer. I got to explore it and also attempted using it for psychological tests to try to help patients who have PTSD for fear and exposure therapy. And while this was very promising in the healthcare, it was rarely used because of things such as cyber sickness and other issues surrounding virtual reality. So my interactions, being able to search online, being able to interact with people in the industry, and eventually find this program where I was able to study virtual reality helped me to make this interaction. Hi, my name is Chidin Makalu, and I am a researcher in human-computer interaction and virtual reality. I recently completed a thesis on using virtual reality to help participants escape from an emergency situation. My thesis involves using both visual and audio cues to help participants in a simulation escape from an intruder or an attacker from a building that might be confusing using virtual reality. And my prototype is built using Unity and using VR goggles to be able to immerse the participant into the field, to be able to see the experience of a school and kind of navigate through it as a real person.
Wait,
So
before you continue, you have to like kind of start from the top. It's like, what is the problem? It's like make it dramatic, and then how I can resolve these problems.
well,
Like,
that's
you
not
have
what
this
they're
idea.
asking. They're just asking like what you do in general. That's the
Yeah, but still, in order to make it make sense what you do, you have to explain what you're doing,
okay.
or like why you're doing it.
Hi, my name is Chidinma Kalu, and I'm based in San Jose, California. I study human-computer interaction with a focus on augmented and virtual reality, and I conducted some research using VR to help people navigate an emergency situation when they're simulated in VR as they would in real life. Why is this important? This is important because in America, we experience a lot of emergency situations such as earthquakes, school shootings, tornadoes, and so on. And safety and precaution is something that's really important. And that's why I and my team developed a process of simulating escape routes and egress scenarios using virtual reality while having participants try out audio and visual cues and compare them to see which one they respond to and perform an escape faster in. And that's my project. A little bit of background about me. I am a researcher and also a startup founder in the e-commerce space using augmented reality to improve experiences for B2B customers in e-commerce. Outside of that, I've used VR to help solve problems like safety, as spoken earlier, as well as with psychological issues such as attentional issues, as well as fear and trauma response. And virtual reality is ubiquitous and can be used in all fields and all spaces, such as agriculture, gaming, cybersecurity, fashion, and so on. The field of psychology of virtual reality is very vast and dates all the way to the 1800s to when the first headset was built. I'm happy to share more details in the following video.